Okay, so here are some things you need to know if you're going to get into running from someone who just got into running. Let's get into it. Okay, so throughout this, I'm going to talk about the before, during, and after running. But the first thing I'm going to start with is, as I'm getting ready here, is running shoes. Genuinely, I bought these because I've tried running a few times before, and like I'd always get shin splints or something else would happen, and I just kind of always struggled to run consistently because I'd just be in pain. Running shoes made such a difference for me. So these are Brooks, obviously no sponsorship there, but this is a pretty reputable brand. Just getting like an actual genuinely good pair of running shoes will change so much for you. They just have so much cushion, honestly. It just makes it so much easier to run. It's so much less impact on you. So another good brand is Hoka. I was gonna buy Hokas, but they're kind of expensive. These are even like a little pricey, but you know, at this point, I'm running twice a week, doing a sprinting workout, which I'm gonna go through today with y'all, and then I do a 5K on the weekends typically. So like, for me, it's worth it right now. I'm using them, so that's all that really matters. You're seeing what I'm doing right now. I'm putting the laces underneath the, well, I guess the laces, because it really annoys me when it starts hitting my leg while I'm running. So making sure I retie them. So the next thing that I want to talk about though is your warm-up. I'm gonna do my warm-up. I'll probably just speed through it for you guys, but warming up properly is so important. And then I had ChatGPT make me my warm-up, but then what I change is I added in a couple of things that are a little more specific to me, because I've been having like an Achilles issue, so I do one or two extra things for that. But overall, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna set you guys up and let you guys watch me warm up. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna start. There's people on the other side of the field, so I'm gonna do 1 or 2 laps around the 50 and back, just like around the field, and then I'll catch you for like my more actual warm-ups. But I just start with a nice calm jog, not paying attention to speed, just kind of doing it. So I don't know if we'll do 1 or 2 laps, see how I'm feeling, but all right, let's get through that. Okay, so did the lap, moved over because I need to do some leg swings, but I forgot about the fact that AirPods have a max distance, and almost all of that run around the 50 did not have music. So I'm hoping this doesn't mess with the workout. So for this, do 15 leg swings. Now my turn, sorry for this. But 15 leg swings each side. So you do those. Then I do crossbody leg swings as well. 15 of these. Just want to really get your legs engaged. Can't remember if I said this. I had ChatGPT make this routine though. And genuinely, I have felt like I'm in less pain since I switched to this routine from the routine I was doing. Because what I was doing was more like just a combination of warm-ups that I learned as a kid for like soccer or like football or just like any sport I played. There's like this, because I feel like as a kid, coaches always have you the same warm-ups. So, okay, so that's that. Okay, so now I did that, I do lunges. ChatGPT told me to only do 6. I usually do 8 to 10, but each leg. So just 1, and you only count, it's 1 is both legs doing it. 3, 4, and you always jog it back in. Always jog it back in. Can't be lazy. Next thing is, now you see these together, it's heel walks and toe walks. So just literally walking on your heels. You do 20 steps. So we do those two now. Jog it back in. Now I'm gonna go back to this post. Definitely need to hold on to something for this one. It's really sad that this is hard. So they're just doing ankle circles. You do both ways. Now I'm a righty, so my right foot, that was really easy. My left foot, it's crazy how difficult this is. I will say that was better than it normally is, because I think I'm finally figuring out how to do it, but I'm just not used to doing it. All right, so that's the gist of the ChatGPT warm-up. Then I do an Achilles stretch like this. Basically hit, this is training my right Achilles right now. Make sure your heel is down like mine is, like this. You just lean forward as far as you can, stretches your Achilles out. Do it for like 15 seconds. Because you want to do dynamic stretching, which is what I was doing to start. And then you do static stretching, which is more what this is at the end. But for me, my Achilles, I do this at the beginning as well. And I'm also realizing I forgot to do one hamstring stretch. So I'm gonna do that as well, which that's just doing like leg kicks. I'll probably do like 8 each leg. So you guys definitely see me over here, so. Did 4, jog back. And I always extra stretch my hamstrings because for me, they're one of the things that get tight. Do a couple kickbacks just to stretch the quads a little bit as well, because today we're doing a sprinting workout. So I'm gonna be doing suicides. I'm gonna go goal line to 10, goal line to 20, goal line to 30, goal line to 40, jog around midfield and back at the 50. And then my plan as of right now is to do 4 circuits of that, but we're gonna see how I'm doing. So I don't really know how that's gonna go. But yeah, so I probably won't catch you guys now. Because the whole point of this is showing you guys what really to do around the run. So for like first sprint, there isn't really much to do. You just kind of do the workout. Make sure you catch your breath. That's why I like those little jogging in between. It keeps the heart rate up, but you're able to catch your breath. I use Strava to track my runs. No plug there, obviously. But it's just a nice way to know my time, distance, pace. And the pace matters more when I'm doing a long distance run. Like when I do my 5Ks, I have a time that I try and keep. So this is just nice to have it tracked. Be able to know I did it and be able to go back and see what I did because I do it last time. Because just 2 other quick workouts that I've done since I've been sprinting is one that's called straights and curves. You hop on a track like this, you jog the curves, sprint the straights, and do that. So you're basically sprinting 200 meters, jogging 200 meters each lap. That's a really killer workout. And then one you do on a soccer field is, you can do it full field, half field, however you want to do it. I don't care. But it's honestly the same kind of concept where you sprint diagonals, jog across. So if you're wondering what I mean, it's called an X workout. So if you started at, let's say this corner back there, you jog across to the corner over there, sprint to that corner at the 50 or across the field, jog across the field, sprint back to that first corner you started at. So if you track it on Strava, you can see that it literally looks like an X. You're just running in an X the entire time. But I've done those 2 recently. I haven't done suicide since I got back, so we're gonna do those today. But yeah, so I guess I'll catch you guys after the run, talk about how it went. The plan is to do 4. I'm gonna leave my phone up recording, but probably not gonna talk about this. So, all right, I will catch you guys when I'm done. All right, 2 things. 1, tarps off when you run. Warm up, shirt stays on. Once you get running, shirt off. I did also realize, because I'm recording this on my phone, I can't use Strava today. That's not really an option. So I guess I'm not tracking this run, is what it is. But yeah, so I'm gonna do one jog quickly down to the 15 back just to get the blood flowing again, and then we're gonna get into this. And I put the mic on because I'm not tracking, so might as well. If I got something to say, I'll say it, I guess. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so move you guys slightly. Pretty sure you can see me right now, but this is gonna suck without music because my AirPod was already cutting out from down that far. So I really should have brought my Apple Watch. I don't know why I didn't. But all right, we jogged. Let's get into it. This is gonna be killer. I guess I'm not gonna have a time for this either. The time doesn't matter. We're just sprinting. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. That's definitely hard. We're gonna jog around the field. Also, the music's cutting out like crazy. I'm gonna bring my water over quickly so I can get a sip in between each set. Also, there's turf in my shoe. I gotta get this out. And these shorts are way shorter than I expected. All right, round 2, let's go. All right, I'm almost back, but I decided I'm gonna go 40, 30, 20, 10. So back to front for furthest to closest rather than the other way. I'm also cramping pretty bad. Oh my. This is a lot harder than I was expecting. I guess I am sprinting 200 yards though. So I should be kind of cooked. Water quick. That's it. All right, let's go. All right, when I get back, I'm taking my AirPod out because it already stopped playing anything, so now it's just weird. One more, and then we'll do a half-mile cool down. Oh my god, I'm so cooked. Dry the sweat off a little bit on my t-shirt. One more. Get a sip of water. Gotta keep moving though. All right, one last one, come on. I can finally talk now. So that was a absolutely killer workout. Finish up with cool down lap. I think y'all can see me, I don't know, but got a little bit left in this cool down lap. Whenever I do a sprinting workout, I always finish with a quarter mile, half mile cool down. Today, this workout felt kind of quick, so I'm gonna do a half mile. Probably won't record that just because I want to listen to music. So yeah, but That was a really hard workout. I think I overdid it going to 40. I don't think I'm there yet. I think 30 probably would have been it. Maybe do an extra round or two. But that's part of getting back into running. It's figuring out that stuff, figuring out what you can do, can't do. Always try and underestimate. What I will say, I was originally thinking 50 and back. So I'm also just delusional. So it's a little harder for me to gauge it. Because I thought 40 was me taking slow. Clearly not. Because I expect more from myself. That is the one nice thing though with running. You can see progress all the time. Like when I run 5Ks, because I just kind of started. So far I've ran like 5 of them. And every time I PR except one. And one time I was slightly hungover. So not really surprised I didn't PR. So yeah, I'm gonna cool down that. Then I'll catch you guys for how I actually end off my stuff. Because the cooldown lap is like the first half of the cooldown. So I'll catch you guys after the cooldown lap. Catch you there. Okay, so cooldown lap over. Now I'm going to stretch. This is where I do more of the static stretching. So I'm gonna stretch my quads, do like 15-20 seconds, I'll be honest. I don't really count it, I just do it till it feels good. One thing I do is make sure to slowly try and keep pushing it slightly further. Obviously don't want to push too much, hurt yourself, but with this, like my leg starts here and just slowly pulling a little further back as we go. This will just help with muscle soreness, and I think it's the main thing, along with just making sure, because it's post, you don't get any injuries. Obviously pre is more the injury stuff, but I'm gonna do the Achilles now because I'm already standing, so might as well. One thing I will say I forgot to mention is I talked about like eating good and fueling your workout and stuff, but obviously you want some carbs in there to fuel your run and stuff, but try and push your meal like hour and a half before you run. At least that's what it is for me. I did it a little quicker today, but like sometimes you'll just feel that meal you had while you're running, and that is the worst feeling. So that's definitely one thing I would consider. If you're gonna start out running, I'd say cap it at like 1 or 2 days a week and then slowly increase from there. You do too much at first, you're just gonna get injured or tap out. But honestly, I put more time into the post-run stuff than anything else, because like I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna ice definitely my knee. I was dealing with a foot injury, so maybe my foot's not bothering me as much anymore, so I don't need to ice it today, I don't think. But I'm just very proactive with my recovery, making sure that you're negating any injuries so that you can keep going, because losing momentum honestly is the worst part. I've been consistently doing this twice a week now for at least a month, so probably a little more than a month. So I'm just keeping that. I'm sure some of you are probably looking for like running form. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not the best person to come to for that. I will say I do run on around like the middle of my foot, kind of is how I would like to describe it, but running form definitely isn't like a forte of mine. Overall though, just I'd say take recovery seriously the most, because like that to me is the part that is what's most neglected and what most people won't do, which will cause them to get injured. So just doing that, taking it slow. And one thing while running, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with stopping, just you can think of how awful it is, just don't let your legs stop moving. Even if you slow down, whatever. Like when I was running on last Sunday, it was a really tough run. I was much slower than like my previous times. That was the one where I was a little hungover. But like the biggest thing is like I just keep thinking to myself, like, just keep the legs churning. I can think about whatever I want. I can think about how awful it is, how I'd rather do anything else. This is the worst thing in the world. It's torturous, whatever. But just keep the legs churning, you know? Just keep the legs moving. And as long as you keep doing that, same thing like with the sprinting workouts especially. Like, you're so out of breath. You're so tired. You're dead. It's the last thing you want to be doing. Especially, like, when I finished at one set of suicides. Like, y'all heard I kept saying I was cooked. Like, because I was. It's just making sure you just keep the legs moving. Just keep moving. That's like the biggest thing, honestly, I think I would tell anyone is just don't give up and just keep going. And then 2 other things I did want to mention is obviously stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water, especially like on the drive home while you're doing your recovery at the end. That's a big one. And the last one, I will stand on this, and anyone who is like an athlete at any point in their life will know this. Please bring yourself a comfy pair of shoes to wear home. Like, there's no better feeling than taking these shoes off and throwing my Crocs on. There's no better feeling. Crocs, slides, whatever it is, there's no better feeling. That was, oh my God. I feel so much better now, just taking them off. Oh my. But yeah, those would be like the biggest things I'd say for someone who's a beginner getting into running and just trying to figure it out, because that's kind of what I've learned through my first month and a half. I'll say the most important thing, if I had to give you one thing, or the top 2, would be the post-run recovery, so that you can keep running. And these, genuinely, I'd never realized how much running shoes actually mattered. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you can use some of this if you start running, figure it out, you know. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and catch you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Catch you there.